I think my favourite thing about it is that it is just the messiness of life coming together with all types of people all in the one place. I mean, where else would you get 3,000 people from across Victoria and Tasmania coming together in the middle of June, freezing Warrego weather, playing sport, listening to music, hearing about Jesus.
You just instantly feel accepted when you're down there. So whether it is from your church or from the surroundings or from the committee or whoever might be involved, you just sort of feel that you wanted to be there. No one's sort of left out. Many times where either we're playing sport and there's one side that might be too small, there's always a church willing to go, oh, I'll foot the gap, I'll foot the whoever's there. So you may never have met the people before, may never meet them again, but yet when you're down there, it's sort of one big happy family in respects. And that's not just on the sporting field.
The church I used to go with had a lot of broken family children coming. By Saturday night they could say that they had a family, and I don't know many other sports events that you would get that feeling from. So it's just about the welcomingness and the community that just naturally happens.
It doesn't matter who you are. You could be the CEO of some amazing mission company or whatever it is, or a little 12-year-old youth group kid, and we're all in there mixing together in a crazy weekend of sport and music and fun and dancing.
Even though it's state youth games and it's about games and there's so many events and we give out the medals and the points, we want the kids to be there to be engaging with their faith and pushing themselves in their boundaries, and seeing that happen all across the weekend in the rallies, in the village, and just in the down moments as well.
I've been there since I was 12 and loved every year, loved sort of the wet weather and the mud all the way through to the cold freezing nights where you sit around the campfire and really just talk about why we're here and what's your importance and, you know, what's Jesus done for you, whether it's this weekend or whether it's just bearing something for you. It's just a great ministry in itself, more so than just the sport.
And there's so many stories that you hear of young people's lives being transformed just from this avenue which is like no other. And I think that's something that we even call it, is like an event like no other. Yeah. And certainly in what I've worked in for years, I've never come across something like State Youth Games. I just think that there's so many opportunities for anyone of any age, of any volunteer, parents, kids, grandparents, anyone.
SYG can't run without volunteers, from the committee down to the smallest churches, and there's just volunteers right across the board.
And you can be involved in so many different ways, whether it's just the ministry or whether it's just coming in and playing games, it's running around in a dirty, muddy oval, or it's helping out with your church or whoever you've come with. At the night time you're helping out, you know, with cooking dinner or helping set up on the Friday morning when it's pouring down rain, or if you're lucky, when there's a bit of blue sky to start off the weekend. It's really for everybody. I mean, you don't necessarily have to love the sport to come along. You can enjoy just the company of going around with, you know, 100, depending on people in your church, 100 of other people in the same sort of boat as you, same age group or not, but really be able to invest in each other and build that relationship between whether it is young adults or whether it's their parents or whether it's youth age kids or people who've been for the first time. They can really get a lot from investing from the other people, let alone in your own church or the wider groups as well. You do.
I think that this event brings together all of those elements of church life that any other camp couldn't do, and I would encourage any church leader or pastor to get involved, even if it's just coming and visiting for the day and finding out more about what State Youth Games is about, because I think it has the potential to get even bigger.